Okay guys, so today we continue our series on our morphs in our clan of ball pythons. Let's take a look at our lavender albino. Okay guys, so welcome back to CNC Reptiles. I'm Chris. I am, I'm obviously missing Carly. So she, actually at the time that I'm shooting this, she had to go with her sisters and get stuff for back to school. Can you believe that we're actually already in back to school mode? So our girls are actually going to start out online at least for a couple of months till we kind of figure out this whole how they're going to do this with COVID thing. And so we are a father and daughters team that enjoy keeping ball pythons and sharing our experiences here on YouTube. So if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back and spending some more time with us. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, consider subscribing down below, maybe leaving a comment, let us know what you think. Truly would appreciate it. It helps us out here on YouTube, actually get our content out to as many people as possible. So today, guys, we continue our series on the morphs that we have in our clan of ball pythons. And I was actually going to finish up the series today and do both Angel, which is our lavender albino that we're talking about today, and Kalahari, our desert ghost. But of course, Kalahari decided to actually go into shed. That's how I was going to take her out and show her off. So we'll actually extend the series by one. We'll do that video next week. And today we're just going to focus on Angel. So Angel, if you've been with us for a while, is our lavender albino. She is 50% het for pied. Just a wonderful little girl. We really enjoy her. If you have multiple animals, you kind of get this idea of the personalities that they have, and she's really just, it's almost childlike is really the only way I can explain it. She's such a cute little thing. Just kind of reminds me of a kid that, that in the way that she moves and kind of the things that she does. It's really quite interesting. So anyways, guys, enough about that. Why don't we head outside? Let's take a look at Angel, our lavender albino.
All right, guys, so here is Angel, our lavender albino. So let's talk a little bit about albino and this term of albinism. Now, it's not unique to reptiles or ball pythons. It's actually been known to happen in amphibians, mammals, such as humans, but also in fish, and of course reptiles like what we have here. Now, this is Angel we got from Beth Woodward over at Beth Scott Balls. So Dad was an actual visual lavender albino, and Mom was an Inchi that was het for lavender albino. Albinism, as it's called, is basically the lack of pigment. Okay, so we talk about the lack of pigment, so you can see it's going to be the lack of pigment in hair, in skin, in the eye color. If she'll show us here. There we go. You can kind of see the eye there. It's a nice red colored eye. So the lack of any dark pigment, so you can tell that she definitely does not have any of the colors of a regular ball python. Your ball pythons are primarily black and browns, very pretty snakes. This obviously has none of those colors. So that's what an albino is. Now, let's talk more specifically about lavender albino. So there are various different lines of albinos. You have your true, what you might call regular albinos, which are yellow, basically yellow and white snakes, and have the red eyes, if she'll show us, just like Angel does here. But they are truly yellow and white. There are caramel albinos that have almost look very much like an ultramel to a certain degree. Burgundy albinos, which I think are very similar to the caramel albino. And then we've got this beauty here, the lavender albino. Now, it's difficult for the camera to truly pick it up, but the difference between an albino and a lavender albino is the background color. So in here, where she looks almost a bit like a faded white, a true albino is going to be much more of a stark white. So she's got the yellow that you can see in the in-between parts, and a regular albino is much more of a bright white, than what she looks like here. She, as you can see, there's a great shot of her, has a very faded purple, where a normal albino would be white, very faded. And as she has continued to shed, that purple just comes in a little bit more every time she sheds. And by the time she is an adult, will be a little bit darker. It's not ever going to be purple. It'll be kind of a faded, kind of a muted purple. I'll see if I can throw a picture of the dad up here. Give you kind of an idea of what she'll look like, hopefully, when she's a little bit older. There's a great shot of her eye, though. Now, she was not sold as an inchie, but man, she sure is very reduced. If you are paying attention to any of the snakes that I have, you know that we really like reduced patterns. She wasn't sold as an inchie, but she certainly looks like she has the eye stripe going through the eye right there. You can see right on the top. And the pattern is just super reduced. So if she's not inchie, she's just a very, very reduced pattern, just genetically, which is something that we've looked for in all of the females that we've got. So lavender albino was first bred by Ralph Davis Reptiles back in 2001. And the story behind it, he actually was buying some ball pythons from over in Africa, and there was a female albino that just looked a little bit different. And so he went ahead and bought it along with, I think, some others that he was buying at the time. And when he pulled her out, boy, was she different. He could tell right away that she was very, very different from just regular albinos that he had seen before. Fast forward, Nerd, and it was a female that he got. Fast forward, Nerd actually got an albino that looked a little bit different. Turns out that was the male, or a male, lavender albino Nerd had got, and in 2001, they were able to breed both of those together and produce the first lavender albinos, captive-born lavender albinos, and that was back in 2001. So almost 20 years ago. You know, this is actually a morph that's been out quite some time, and you can just see just beautiful that the kind of the head stamp there. What kind of makes these lavender albinos stand out? You know, they're called a true high contrast, albino. You'll see a lot of albinos called high contrast. These really, really do stand out. Beautiful, beautiful yellows and almost an outline of orange where it meets up with the lavender colors. And you can see right on her head stamp also. If she'll hold still, see how orange that is right there? Just a beautiful head stamp. And then of course those red eyes, indicative of all of the albinos. So there is Angel, our beautiful lavender albino.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Just a beautiful animal, a beautiful morph. I mean, the lavender albino is so different from the different other types of albino that we talked about. And so so definitely, guys, one of the ones that I wanted to make sure that we got whenever we started looking at ball pythons. It's actually my oldest daughter, Maddie, that really loves the albino, and I just couldn't pass Angel up whenever we saw her. So we don't have a Carly fun fact today because she's not with us, so maybe I'll make her do two in the next video. But anyways, guys, we really appreciate you coming along, spending some more time with us today. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.